Hello, comrade. I'm representing this statement on behalf of Bolshevik Group of South Korea. So, after the outbreak of war in Ukraine, outrageous anti-Russian racist sentiment is raging over the regions under US influence. Only a handful of left-wing organizations pointed out the march of NATO eastward led by US as the cause of the war and called for the defeat of NATO and the victory of Russia. Perhaps most of the organizations gathered here today belong to this category. I don't know if all the organizations gathered here will go along together, but the political line shared today by the comrades gathered here will be one of the core programs of the new international. In this regard, this meeting is meaningful, and we welcome comrades from BT for joining its ranks. Although it was not announced, comrades of BT, along with us, took a position of supporting Russian victory in the 2008 Georgian War. And today, in 2022, these comrades also submitted a position almost similar to our position that the Ukrainian war is a war of self-defense conducted by neo-colonial Russia, Belarus, and Donbas. But there's something I have to point out. It is a question of position regarding the Euromaidan movement, which changed Yanukovych regime into a pro-NATO regime in 2014. We believe that we should have formed a united front with Yanukovych regime against the pro-NATO coupsters at the time. Ukrainian coup in 2014 was a pro-imperialist regime change operation which shares the same characteristics with Libya in 2011, Syria in 2013, Egypt in 2013, Turkey in 2016, and impeachment of Brazilian president in 2016. If the working class under the leadership of the Revolutionary Party at the time had taken the line, it would have avoided the destruction of the left-wing labor movement by the pro-imperialist Nazi regime and the suffering of the people due to the civil war during 2014 to 2022. At the time, BT knew that Ukrainian Euromaidan movement was a pro-imperialist regime change operation and a fascist movement that will wipe out the labor movement. Nevertheless, neutrality was proposed as a conclusion. The correct response should be coordinated with the correct analysis of the cause. However, they analyzed the cause correctly in the first place, but immediately suggested an erroneous conclusion. Then they labeled those self-contradictory anti-working class conclusions as Marxist. The same logic can be found in the 2011 Libyan and Syrian war. We believe that this opportunistic neutralist line is a reflection of Anglo-chauvinism based on the super profits of US-British imperialism, which has enjoyed hegemony for more than 100 years. How do you think about it? Also, can BT's correct position on the 2022 Ukrainian war today be considered as the beginning of self-reflection and correction on past opportunistic neutralist lines, including positions on Ukraine in 2014. Thank you, comrade.